My day started at 4 a.m. today, but it was well worth it because 300 kilometers away from where I live, a Mercedes-AMG GT was waiting for me, and guess what? There's my name on it!
In the wild, the AMG GT is stunning. I've seen it earlier during the Paris Motor Show, but over there, in a crowded space and with artificial lighting, it didn't look as big as it really is. Perhaps it doesn't look very big on your screens either, but the bonnet alone is something like 3 kilometers long. Under the bonnet is AMG's new 4-liter V8 bi-turbo engine. The design is similar to the 2-liter power plant used in A45, CLA45 and GLA45 AMG. It's AMG's tradition that each engine is assembled by one person whose name is on the engine cover. 2 turbos in this engine are mounted inside the V of the engine, making the design more compact. Dry sump allows for lower center of gravity and ensures better lubrication on track. The drivetrain has active mounts. The engine and the gearbox mounts work independently. The gearbox is located behind the driver, giving the car an almost perfect weight distribution with slight bias towards the rear. This could be interesting on the track. And speaking of the gearbox, AMG uses a new automated double-clutch transmission. Depending on the driving mode, it can be used in comfort or sporty setting. Electronic diff improves the grip. Mercedes-AMG GT is light. The space frame is made largely of aluminium, which means high torsional rigidity and high level of safety. The car weighs 1,540 kilograms. Should you be interested, the boot volume is 350 liters and should fit about 3 carry-on suitcases.
So getting in the AMG GT is a bit of an art. It's not as difficult as in a, let's say, Lotus Elise or in a BMW i8, where there are huge door sills like that. But it requires some skills anyway. Okay, so what do we have here? This huge, very wide center console here. So we have the radio and infotainment system controls, obviously, but that's not very interesting. There's the manual mode, auto stop and start off, exhaust. That's something very interesting. Then we have the gearbox mode. So that's intelligent, comfort, sport, sport plus, and race. That's going to be very interesting today. Stop and start button, of course, ESP off, hopefully that will come in handy, and suspension settings, which you can probably make less comfortable, uncomfortable and unbearable, but we'll find out in a moment. And there's this tiny automatic gear lever. I know it's not very important, all you want is drive basically, and this is all you're going to be interested in. Steering wheel, small but thick, covered with Alcantara. There are aluminium paddle shifters here, up and down, so nothing special. 2 classic gauges, so we have speedo on the left and the rev counter on the right, and of course a pretty big digital display in the middle. This infotainment screen here is sort of concealed. Some of you have a problem with what it looks like in the new Mercedes-Benz cars, in the A-Class, the B-Class, C-Class and so on, that it sticks out like a tablet. Here it's sort of hidden, incorporated in this dashboard, but it still looks like you could take it out. Unfortunately you can't. There is some storage here, and you can even put a key in here if you wanted to, but we're not going to do that. All I'm going to do is press the start button and listen to the sound. Let me just press the exhaust button. Oh, it's getting better by the minute. Oh baby, right, let's go.
AMG is also proud of the exhaust sound. There is nothing artificial about it, like in some of the rivals. Everything you hear is real. In the GTS version, sport exhaust with active flaps is standard.
So, in the Mercedes-AMG GTS, the 510 horsepower version, this was the long straight of the Poznań circuit. First corner, very long corner with God knows how many apexes. You do it at about 120 kilometers per hour, and then you almost floor it through this S type of band to a very sharp one. Now the brakes on it. The brakes on the AMG GT are, well, they're not 0-1, they're not binary. You know what's happening with the pedal. The response to the gas pedal is instantaneous. Okay, here it's I still have my traction control on, so there is some slight delay perhaps, and this is why I'm still on the track. The traction control is working very, very well indeed in this car. It allows you just a wee bit of slip, but be careful when you switch the traction control off, because this car will snap and it may hurt you. It may hurt you very badly, but okay, here we are. Another straight and braking. Oh, the sound, the glorious AMG sound. The steering, I expected it to be slightly different. Maybe it's because I'm on the track and, well, it's very precise, but I don't know, I think I expected it to be just a bit heavier for a sports car, but it is what it is, and this car is pretty good. I do hope I will spend some more time with it in the afternoon and tell you more about it. Okay, braking for the pit lane. Oh, very, very exciting indeed.
Mercedes-AMG GT engine is ready for action at any moment. The engineers managed to achieve a high level of precision in how the engine delivers power. The car is glued to the track, but for a car with weight bias towards the rear, you have to push it hard through the corners to keep it neutral, not to mention oversteer. In the hands of an inexperienced driver, it may snap. Speaking of inexperienced drivers, Mercedes offers the AMG GT with collision mitigating systems and braking assist. Unfortunately, these systems have to be switched off separately regardless of putting the car in race mode. On a track, the driver should be fully in control. In the end, I feel I wanted a bit more from the AMG GT. I realized Mercedes has Porsche 911 in its sights, so compared to the SLS AMG, the AMG GT is a bit more accessible. But the 6.2-liter naturally aspirated beast was so much more impressive, maybe because it was also harder to control.
And this is what Mercedes-AMG GT is all about. Now, is this the next Porsche 911, a Porsche 911 killer, whatever you want to call it? Well, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and please share my videos, new episodes every Friday. And now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.